Hello little delusional stans. I'm sure a big part of you are ready to start hating on me before even watching the whole video, but the problem is, I don't care. I'm here to pop the balloon you are living in, and I'm going to share my honest opinion in regards to SuperM, so enjoy. I need to clarify that this video doesn't intend on hating the boys in SuperM, but there is a lot of criticism towards SM, so if you are too sensitive you should just stop the video. Thanks in advance, and let's begin. I don't think you would click on the video if you don't know who SuperM are, but I will give a little introduction. SuperM is the newest boy group of SM, one of the biggest companies in South Korea, and its goal is to promote in the US. The group consists of the most popular members of all SM current boy groups, and the company claims them to be the Avengers of K-pop. In this video I'm going to talk about what I do and don't like about the whole idea of SuperM, and I will start from the very beginning. I have already pulled out my purple notebook, and after I wrote down almost everything I need to say, I'm ready to finally begin. I find idea of SuperM disrespectful, and I'll tell you why. Let's look at that SM statement claiming SuperM to be the super group of the company. I'm sorry, but SM already has a super group, and it's called EXO. EXO is one of the most popular boy groups in Korea, if it's not the most popular one, and it is charting second for sales. Also, the group has everything in order to debut in the US and compete with other K-pop groups, but we will talk about that later. EXO has good rappers, amazing choreos, talented dancers, and the best vocalists in K-pop. It's so sad to watch them being recycled when some of the members are enlisting to the military. Same goes for SHINee, who were the kings of K-pop. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. And about NCT. NCT 127 just debuted in the USA, and they didn't even have the chance to show the audience their music and talents, let's not mention creating an image and a stable fan base there. For me, this is a big negligence for NCT 127 hard work and effort. Let's not start talking about how overworked the NCT boys are, because this already makes my blood boil. Like, what the actual hell you are thinking, SM? These boys are already promoting in Korea, some of them promote in China, and some of them are promoting in the US. What the actual hell? They are human beings and don't deserve to be used this way. Now let's talk about the association with the Avengers. Who came with the idea of calling SuperM the Avengers of K-pop? This is so ridiculous. I'm sorry, but the produce groups have more Avengers vibes than SuperM. If SM or any other company wanted to create a group which can be called the Avengers of K-pop, I think it will be more suitable to collect members from the most popular groups in K-pop and make a unit. Also, the Avengers are not only men, and now imagine a super group of the most powerful men and women in K-pop. It's not even close to the overboasted SM promises for a group. The idea of a group like SuperM is stupid, but at the same time is something really smart. It will catch the attention of a lot of people, especially NCTzens, XOL and shallows, and even with a lot of hateful comments a mass of people will talk about this group. Let's be real here, haters are really important for bringing the attention to something, and in my opinion that is one of the reasons why SM was making so boasting and bold statements towards SuperM. The gained popularity will not only increase the amount of sales but the popularity of the other SM groups, especially NCT. But will it be enough to beat BTS? A lot of people will be mad at me for mentioning BTS, but what is true is true. BTS made the K-pop what it is today. They brought the attention to K-pop, and they made it possible for different groups to debut in the West. And a lot of companies are trying to copy and slash or beat BTS success. SM tried doing so with NCT 127, but nothing happened. There wasn't enough noise around the group, and they were just one of the K-pop groups who are trying to chart. Here comes the problem. I know everything is done for money, but SM is so desperate to achieve something that he forgets that no group can gain permanent success in an instant. BTS have been working hard for being where they are now, and no one can accomplish this instantly. Especially a K-pop group. Because, let's be real again, Western audience and artists don't respect the K-pop industry. Even BTS doesn't have that much respect, and they are the most successful boy group in the world now. Is SM really thinking that uniting a bunch of popular guys will be such a big deal? Only for a short amount of time. I don't want to be one of this kind of people, but really SM? You called them SuperM? Like, almost every English-speaking teenager can call them sperm and make fun of them for that. Haters will be busy with hating on them, but eventually that will stop too, and SuperM will be one more K-pop group who is trying to be something bigger than a K-pop group. And if it's not about competing against BTS, why didn't SM debut a group in the US earlier? Why they didn't debut EXO when it was the most respected group in Korea, before some of the members enlisted to the military? Why now, when BTS is so big? Ask yourself. Because EXO had the qualities to be as big as BTS, but no one at that time have ever imagined that a K-pop group can be that big, and now everyone is trying to climb to the top, thinking that it is as easy as a snap. It's not, and not everyone deserves it. And now let's talk about their debut. But let me ask something first. Do you, delusional stans and SM, know that the K in K-pop stands for Korean? Because if you don't, you should know it. It's not a big deal when there are plenty of English words in K-pop song, but making a Korean song with 90% English lines is just ridiculous. I know they debut in the USA and the mass of people could understand them better, but singing an English song with some lines in Korean doesn't make the song Korean. Like the English-speaking artists who put random Spanish lines in their songs. Do you call their songs Spanish? Making Korean guys who have struggles with speaking English sing almost completely in English looks petty and funny, and makes the boys look like an average Western group which consists of Asians. Also, for the people who want to listen to K-pop, that doesn't make any sense, because, if they want to listen songs in English, they could just listen some Western artists and Western groups, because there are a lot of them there, you know? An ordinary English group can learn how to dance and sing live, and they will have the same success as SuperM, if not bigger, because they would be taken way more seriously. The idea of debuting K-pop groups in the US is to give more light to the K-pop and to show the audience there's something new and different. Westernizing doesn't make sense, especially when a big part of the people who will see their live stages won't give their full album a look. And what is that stupid idea of bringing SuperM to the Grammys? Don't make me laugh. First of all, they just debuted. Secondly, what they did to deserve attending the Grammys? Third, do they have such an impact to be there? Don't be delusional. I will say this now, and it is not valid only for SuperM stans but for other fandoms too. Your group gaining popularity doesn't mean that they must necessarily attend the Grammys or perform there. The Grammy is a serious event, and there are invited artists, and I repeat, artists, who made a serious impact with their music. Popularity doesn't make you favorite group a group of artists, and doesn't make their music meaningful and impactful. Stop being envious and greedy and focus on supporting your favorites instead of wishing for them something almost impossible. I'm sorry, but the K-pop groups aren't as big as the Western artists, and they will never be. They hardly beat them in simple awards shows like the ones organized by VMA and Billboard, and you think that they are big enough for Grammys? Cut the bullshit and face the truth. And about Jopping. It's stupid to hate on it because you don't like SuperM, or if you are pressed because you think that they copy your faves. And I repeat, you think. Because Jopping was good. You are free not to like it, but you should give a try to the album, and if you don't like it, either you can share your opinion respectfully or just keep it for yourself. Jopping was good, I will say again. It was strange and different, and it gave me confusing vibes at first, but I ended up liking it. It wasn't that special debut, and I admit that I expected something more, especially after I heard the instrumental, but it doesn't deserve so much hate. The B-sides were way better and I really loved them, you should give them a chance. I was mad at the line distribution at the beginning, but after a while I was relieved with it because the pressure of the performing wasn't put on the youngest members but on the more experienced ones. But if you are one of the triggered ones in relation to the line distribution, I will recommend again to listen the B-sides. I can't get over Timon Bekhyun and Mark Sorry Not Sorry, I had to mention it. Also, the first live stage didn't impress me that much, but I am sure it will get better. I really liked the idea of the albums for different members and one for the whole group as well. I prefer this type of albums than randomly picking an album for a member. I don't know if you understood me. However, I think SM could have done better with the packaging and the whole style of the album. I hope my thoughts weren't that chaotic, and I hope a lot of you stayed till the end instead of writing hate comments in a moment of anger. If it isn't clear, I don't hate SuperM, but I can't say that I stan them either. I liked their album, and as an XOL and Shallow I like the boys, but I'm still not used with the idea of them being in this group. It just seems odd to me, but eventually I will get used to it. However, I liked their debut and their album. That was everything I had to say. Bye.